My friend, then we're going to play Eagles Hotel California. I'm going to show the basic chords. I would say that you might want to play this one with a capo. The original version, I think, is done in the key of B minor or D major. However, if you're not using a capo, that's fine. You're just going to get some variances with the intonation. It's just the way that the chords work. When we play a B minor or a D major, we could also play the D major and then the B minor, just the tippy top halves. If you play like a D major here, and then you play a full bar chord and throw an E minor shape here, you get your B minor. Notice how your major and your relative minor are always going to be super, super close to each other. That's just how guitar works. I hope you dig this. My name's Wago Howard. I do enjoy what I do. If you enjoy it too, subscribe, become a member, become my friend. Otherwise, let's check this out, see what kind of notes we should use to scale and rock out at the end of this, and then what kind of cool stuff was written by Mr. Don Henley and Glenn Frey, Joe Walsh. Very cool. This one, yeah, I'm going to play with a capo, but I wanted you to see that when you put this at the second fret, all the chords that I would play here, like this one, the A minor, you would call a B minor. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. When we're doing these, all these notes don't have to be with capo. They're just written this way on the onlines. So if you're trying to find one of these tabs out there and you look and you're like, this doesn't make sense, it's because there's a capo at the second fret. I'm going to throw that on out there. Remember, all of these can be done through the eyes of no capo. You just are your finger and you're playing the bar chord. From this point on, I'm going to be naming all of these chords inside of the song through the eyes of the capo chord. So we are now in first position. We're going to be playing an A minor. I just tossed my pick. Don't need it. Playing the A minor, and then we're going to move the same shape right here to play an E major. Get rid of that ring finger and put down the pinky on that B string, third fret. Gives you an E7 or an E dominant. Remember, all these chords, you can play at different locations all over this fretboard. I would urge you to check out this channel and or go to Google or Bing, whatever your favorite browser is, and then Google the chord name. I would love it if you would put WAGO in there and watch me show you how to do it, but I get it. If you can't stand my face or the way I talk, this probably ain't the channel for you. A minor, E dominant, G major. We're going to go to our D, F major, C major, D minor. And what I'm going to say is play your D minor the way the books show it. I like to put my root as the F and put my pinky back on the D. Adds a little bit of a lower end to it, plus it's easier to play on them their fingies. And then after our D minor, we're going to go back to our E7 or our dominant, as it is the lending or leading tone in the key of A harmonic minor, going back into A minor. I know that that sounds like a whole heck of a lot of stuff, but long story short is, music's fun. Once you learn a couple foundations, everything becomes easier. It does have a kind of Ravegate feel to it. Down. Fun. You don't want to make it nice. Song follows that progression. It goes to a B section called the refrain or the chorus. So when we're playing this A part, it's called the verse, right? The chorus goes to the 4 chord. That is incorrect. We're in the key of D, but we're playing this through the eyes of the key of A minor or C. So we're actually going to the 4 chord. When we go to the F major, welcome to the hotel, C major, California. E dominant, so we're going to use our major third as a dominant major chord. Such a lovely face. A minor. There is a walk right up to that F. C, D minor, anytime. D to E. 7, that minor to the major is so cool. Verse. Her mind is different and twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys. She comprehended how they danced in the courtyard. Sweet summer sweat. Sometimes to remember, sometimes to forget. There are a lot of verses here. Does verse, verse, chorus, verse, first, chorus, verse, verse, chorus, and then you have the outro solo. Now, this is not Marty music. I'm not going to take 400 years to explain to you how to play the guitar. That's on you. It's called practicing the practice of practicing. What I can tell you is if we're playing in the key of A minor or C major, all of these chords, except for the E7, work when playing C major. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C works over the top of C major. It works over the top of A minor. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Does not matter where you move those notes. That's called Locrian. This just happens to be a mode in C or A minor. So it works over the top of A minor. So if you're playing right when you go to that E dominant, that's the only chord you're going to need to shapeshift everything around. I would suggest just playing in a major scale there or playing a Mixolydian mode. Not so terribly hard because it's open, 2, 4, open, 2, 4, open, 2, 4. That's going to give you lots of stuff to do in that tiny little interval. If you want more to do, Mixolydian helps itself move up. You need that G sharp, A, B, C sharp. You can use it and you're going to go away from it. C. I probably wouldn't move it up to it. I would probably keep it down with your C just because it feels natural that way. And then the D, we don't want a D sharp. We're going to want the D natural in there as well. Cool? Other than that, the whole song that you're moving through these would have like your A minor, so 7th fret now because of the capo, but you would still have pentatonic. So if you're beginning guitar, a lot of this song is just a minor pentatonic. What does it go to? E, G, G. Down to D. Then it walks it up from our D to F. And we're going to our D again, D minor. The whole point of learning where your chord inversions all over your fretbar is fretbar. So you can take your D minor from something like this right here. See how I went from this D minor right here, past this D minor right here, to this D minor up here? When you see these D minors and then this D minor, being able to move the shape all the way around, you kind of connect all these like being puzzle pieces inside of a really cool musical puzzle. This song does the outro after the jam, and then if you are listening to this song and you're listening to the original version, it has dual harmonics, dual harmonies. So one guitar is doing what is it? So you're just moving through the notes. The whole idea is you're doing something called an arpeggio. So I'm not going to go into too much talk about this, but if you can hear 1, 3, 5 in every one of your keys, it allows you to navigate around this fretboard without just doing scales. It actually allows you to navigate doing 1 flat 3 5. These are the kind of building blocks that we have for soloing. For this song, I would say stay A minor pentatonic and you're going to be fine. When it goes to the E dominant chord, but in this case it would be a F sharp dominant chord. I would say that kind of stick to that major scale. You're going to hear that kind of dissonance here. If you move that in minor thirds, it's wonderful, builds a lot of tension. But at the end, that dual harmony of doing the what is it? What key would we be in? It's easiest here. I'm sure there's a tab out there somewhere. The whole idea is once you learn it somewhere and you look at the tab and you're like, learn those notes somewhere else. the exploration that it takes for you to learn how to play a song solo and then learn the notes that are inside the song and the solo, what mode or scale it uses, the rhythm that it uses, the notes, the picking pattern. These are all the things that you can't just get off of a tab or off of this video. These are things that you need to sit down with your instrument and the song and listen to it. I wouldn't say beating a dead horse or like trying to play this perfectly in 1 hour, 2 hours. It's more like a life thing. I remember the first time I played Hotel California, and I'm pretty sure this won't be my last. If you enjoyed this, become a subscriber, why don't you? Aloha.